And stopping the violence here in Knoxville is a big task for everyone, from city leaders to law enforcement, parents and children. But the question is, what are some of the ways to do it?
At WATE 6 on your side, Brandon Rook spoke to some teenagers who are tired of the gun violence. He says it's all about changing people's mindset. Brandon?
Ryan and Kristen, we've heard from community leaders, church leaders, and parents, but now we're hearing from the kids themselves, the ones everyone wants to protect.
These three teenagers and mentees in 100 Black Men of Greater Knoxville believe most people their age join gangs because of problems in the home.
Because if you're not being loved at home, then they're going to search for elsewhere, and good or bad.
Luckily for these three, they joined a mentor program for brotherhood, but not everyone gets that opportunity.
I think positive groups will help a lot.
According to Knoxville police, there are 30 gangs and more than 1,500 members operating in Knoxville. However, these teens say there are larger issues facing Knoxville when it comes to gangs and violence in the city.
It's not necessarily gangs that's just a problem. It's just that gangs is really just one of the problems.
How many of you know someone who's in a gang?
All three high school students know gang members, but they say maybe things would be different if everyone had the same exposure to activities that help keep kids busy.
Nobody really knows about the programs. Like, if they made the programs known, or at least broadcasted them, or let them be known, and then it would help. Because I know a lot of kids that would want to be in on 100 Black Men or programs that help.
Because they say when kids leave school,
they're exposed to more of the street life, I guess, because they're not at home a lot of the time.
That's why they like to see some areas in urban Knoxville be revitalized, cleaned up to attract businesses that'll give them something to do.
In Knoxville, there's just a bunch of buildings sitting around decaying, and like they could be turning those buildings like to, I don't know, skate rings, bowling alleys, something more for like kids to do.
In this story, we talked about exposure, showing kids and parents about programs that keep kids from getting into trouble. Along with that exposure, these young men want more programs and activities at a cost-friendly price so lower-income families can get their kids involved. Back to you, Kristen.
All right, Brandon, thank you so very much. Now, to help with exposure and to get the word out about how their organization is helping teens, they say their mentors have been signing them up to volunteer at different events really all throughout East Tennessee. If you'd like to learn more about 100 Black Men or to help with the youth projects, we have more information for you under the As Seen On section of our website. Of course, that is WATE.com.